Hello YouTube, what's up? My name is Chicken Fried Rice, and today, well, we're going to be trying something a little new. This is going to be some Company of Heroes on Hawkweld's Gap. Now, here's one thing you guys need to know about Company of Heroes. I'm fairly new to this game, and I am not very good at it. It is so much more different than Ruse. It requires a very different state of mind. You need a different sort of strategy to set yourself up. So, right off the bat, I use my Jeep here, which you see, and I'm going to go and park it right there. By doing that, what I'm doing is I'm basically blocking the enemy's ability to have reinforcements come across this bridge, which means they have to go all the way around. Now, they can do the same thing with this bridge with another vehicle. Luckily for me, they don't have the time to do that right away. So you see right here, these guys are taking out my Jeep right here, and they take it out fine, but they still can't cross until, well, the vehicle is gone, which is a little bit of a benefit. It slows them down just for a bit. In the meantime, I start taking over this flank, and I start fighting these guys to secure this flank. Now, this flank is very easy to lose because if the enemy rushes at you very early. Right now I'm dealing with American engineers and British troops on my own, so it's very difficult to do so. Luckily for me, my ally right there, booby-trapped that bridge, so that's going to come into play in a few seconds and is going to take out all of those guys. Which sucks for them. So, in the meantime, these guys are going to booby-trap the bridge, and at the place of going straight out and attacking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to regroup a bit. Now, usually you don't want to take the time to regroup because that often gives the time for your enemy to dig in and create a front line. Except what I'm going to do is I'm going to regroup and attack to where it's unexpected. Basically, I'm creating a giant army, but I'm not going to attack where he expects me to attack. I'm going to go and I'm going to flank him. So what I'm going to do is, since we've pushed pretty much straight down the middle and we've lost our flank, basically what we're trying to do is push down and block off access to the bridge and block off access here, cutting off supplies to any of their well, units that are outside. It means there's no more reinforcements. Right here, my allies fighting for this bridge right here, and well, it's a very hard fight to win when you have very little to help. So right here, I got a pretty large squad of units coming out, and these guys are just going to tear through all of this infantry right here. So just massacre the engineers. Before this guy even sets up the MGA, it's gone. And I'm just ruining these guys. Now, the only problem here I have is this Bren carrier, which also has a Vickers light machine gun on it. Sorry about that. I tapped the mic by accident. And so that proves to be a problem. Luckily for me, I am able to take it out with a beautiful grenade right there. Boom. Well, not take it out, do some damage, and finally take it out with my infantry. And what I'm going to do now is my allies managed to block off their access here, which is great for us. And on the other side of things, my ally here is doing a great job at blocking these guys' access. Basically, we have just locked in and we have put ourselves in a beautiful position. So first thing I'm going to do right here is I'm going to be, well, pushing hard. I want to take out this motor, and right here they're going to start firing at me. So when you're taking out these emplacements, you want to pay attention. See, the motor shifts and starts firing at my units. So right away when I see that, I move my units out of position. Unfortunately, I still suffered a casualty, but it was still a good save. Right there you see there's an MG nest. Trying to avoid that because that is going to cause me some serious damage, and I make sure that that motor emplacement, well, will not have to be something I have to deal with again. So let's just fast forward a bit more, and right here you see on the flank this guy's got a really strong force. The problem is that force can only hold out for so long without any reinforcements, and I don't think he went airborne company, which means he has no way of reinforcing his units that are stuck, well, isolated there. So right here we have MG nest completely blocking the access there with tank trap. And on this side as well we have an MG nest. So we've basically locked them in. Now this is a very common strategy on this map, and the reason for this is because it is very effective. When you do this, the enemy really doesn't stand a chance of fighting back. And it's better not to have the enemy fight back because, well, then he just can't fight you at all. So right there you see we barely have any units on the field. We have that, we have a few units here and there, and we have my group here, and that's pretty much it. We don't have any units on the front line, and neither do they. They don't have a very strong military presence. So finally, they managed to open up this bridge. The only problem is they can't get any units across without getting them completely pinned down by the enemy. So that's, well, that kind of sucks for them, but you know, it sucks to be them. So I got my units here, and I'm gonna go and repair this bridge. Unfortunately for me, these guys rigged it, so I blew up the bridge. Unfortunately, it did cost me one of my teams, and I started repairing. In the meantime, this guy making a push to try and get rid of this barricade, which they've done. The only problem is they've been locked in long enough for us to take over all the resource locations, which pretty much gives us an overwhelming advantage in that department. And to add on it, we start having rocket artillery. And rocket artillery is a very cheap thing to use. It's one of the reasons why Germany has a very strong late game advantage, because if you're slow, you're playing a turtle game, Germany will ultimately win because of that rocket artillery, which can just annihilate huge amounts of units. So it plays a very big role. Unfortunately for them, we have that. But even without rocket artillery, we had these guys in a very solid position. Right here, these guys break out. And right here, I want to pay attention. The Whirlwind is not a very good anti-tank unit. It is, though, one of the, period, the best anti-infantry vehicle in the game. Probably one of the best anti-infantry units. If not in the game, it is for the German countries, because it just massacres the units. Automatically, when a Whirlwind fires on enemies, they are automatically pinned, which pretty much means they're just easy picking for you. So right here, I start making a Whirlwind defense, which is pretty much the same thing as that, except it doesn't move and it doesn't have armor. And unfortunately for me, the enemy decides to bomb that. But on the other side of things, you really notice there is nothing happening. It's just the enemy trying to push out of there. And really, if they wanted, they could have just gone straight through that tank and gone straight to the base. They stopped to take care of that tank, which gave time for the reinforcements to arrive. They would have gone and started taking bases. They would have gone a resource advantage, which could have then, in turn, given them a way to, well, sort of win. Now, guys, what I say might not be correct, so don't take everything I say like I'm the god at this game, because I am not. I think I only win 1 out of 3 games. I'm not sure if I've already mentioned this video, but it's a fact. And I'm really not that great at this game. I just try my best. Why am I not that great? Well, part of it is because I haven't played that much, and the other part of it is because I'm used to playing Ruse, and I'm trying to use a more Ruse-like strategy in this game. And unfortunately for me, Ruse is not the same thing as this game, because your units get pinned, they get, all these things happen that just don't happen in Ruse, and it's a lot more different. Ruse, there's a lot of micromanagement. I wouldn't say that this game has more, because there's a lot of micromanagement in both games. It's just that it's in a different way. The games are played in a different way, and that's what makes them both unique and so much fun. And I can't wait for Company of Heroes number 2 to come out, because that is just going to be amazing, especially since this one only came out in 2005. And look at these graphics, they're still amazing for 2005. So hopefully they've done a big improvement on those graphics, and we'll see how it turns out, you know. Right here you can see us, we are just finishing this game. I'm using my one Whirlwind, because basically at this point in the game, I have no units. I stormed the bridge, and then the enemy body trapped it, so I lost all my infantry. Probably should have seen that one coming. But when you're in this kind of a position, when you're in that ultimate win game position, often what happens is you become careless with your units. You're just like, oh, let's just have fun and do stupid stuff. Which is basically what I was doing to a certain extent. Right here, I'm just trying to get these Rangers out of the way. What you want to do is get those anti-tank units, because those are really everything they've got to stop you, even though they have not very much left of their base. And with that, I guess this game is pretty much over. Like, just owned base. I love Company of Heroes, I have to give you that, guys, but I'm not that good at it. So if any of you guys are really good at it, want to give me a few pointers, feel free. And so as usual, guys, thanks for watching. Leave your comments below. Please subscribe, and I will see you guys all next time.